In today's video, I'm going to show you how to deal with pests in the coop. And by coop, I mean if you raise birds and have a chicken coop, or you raise ducks, turkeys, geese, or in my case, quail. These are Coturnix quail. We raised them from eggs. I got the eggs online and hatched them out, and it's been fun watching them grow. And that way we can raise these for both meat and eggs. And we raise them in a coop. Now this is a coop that my son built. It was his first real construction project, and we learned how to measure, cut wood with saws, put up wire, and it's a great place to raise these quail. But I noticed they're really flighty, and so I set up my motion cameras just to see why they're so scared. And at night, I notice a skunk is coming along and looking inside the coop. Also, when I set up the trail cameras inside, we have a problem with mice stealing the food. So if you are raising poultry, you're gonna have a problem with animals trying to eat your birds or steal the food, both rats, mice. You could also have raccoons, opossums, or skunks. So I'm gonna show you how to catch the most tricky of them all, the skunks, how to catch them without getting sprayed, also how to deal with mice inside a coop. I'm gonna show you a special box I set up, and we're gonna catch a bunch of mice that are stealing the food from the quail. So I'm gonna put our quail back in there and then show you the coop, what we do to keep the predators out, and also how I'm gonna set up the traps. Now this hoop coop is not only designed to keep the birds in, but other animals out. We have this metal sheeting here that goes up quite a bit. There's no way any animal can get inside. It's covered on top with this tarp, and an animal could scratch that and get inside, but we reinforce it with this wire here, so pretty much it's gonna be really hard for any skunk or raccoon to get in there, but they have been trying. Now you'll notice down below underneath the coop, an animal has been digging. I found out using motion cameras, it was the skunk. These motion cameras are such a great tool. If you have birds, I recommend getting one because you know exactly what you're dealing with. If you have to trap a skunk, a fox, raccoon, a possum, or something else. And also if you're dealing with mice or rats. Since we're dealing with a skunk, I'll show you my favorite trap that you can set so you don't get sprayed. I recommend the Tough Trap. This is such a great skunk trap. It's a tube and it's small enough that you can easily pick it up once you catch a skunk. It's solid, they can't see you, and it works. You place some bait behind the pedal. The pedal is attached to this piece of metal right here. It's a rod, and here's the door. You put it on top of the tube. When the animal goes inside and steps on the pedal, it pushes it forward and closes the door. And this square piece right here locks it in place. There's no way the skunk can lift up the door. That way, when you catch a skunk, you can pick it up and move it, and it won't spray you, it can't see you, it can't lift its tail. It's a great way to transport it. Now, if you're not dealing with a skunk but other animals, I really like the Have-A-Heart styles. Those are cage traps that work in a very similar way. When they step on the pedal, the door closes. It's great for catching feral cats, raccoons, and opossums. And they come in all different sizes, small enough for mice and rats, and large enough for even foxes and bigger. But if you're dealing with a skunk, you don't want that cage trap. They can see you coming and they will spray. So get a Tough Trap here. I'm gonna go ahead and place chicken in, set up the motion cameras, and try to get the skunk that really wants to eat the quail. So let's set up the motion cameras and try to catch that stinky skunk. Well, when I checked the trap this morning, the door is down and clearly some black hair is sticking out the holes on the back end. We caught the skunk. What I like so much about this trap is it has a handle, it's enclosed, and the skunk really can't spray you, so I can lift it up and take it far away from our quail coop and release it. So let's go set the skunk free, and it will be away from all our poultry, and we don't have to worry about a skunk problem anymore. Well, it's been quite a while and that skunk is facing the wrong way, so I'm gonna flip the trap around, open up the front door, and then get out of there. I hope I don't get sprayed. Well, bye-bye skunk. It was starting to rain and the batteries on my camera are getting low, so I had to force it out. I normally would just leave it, and it did spray when it came out, but that's okay. This trap works so well, and you don't need to force it out. You can just open up the door and let it go. It's a really great trap. Now that we caught the skunk, we can move on to dealing with the mice that are stealing the quail food. Now what I have here is a box. I posted a whole video on these. I really like these safety boxes. They work well. It's on a hinge. You'll fold it up. You'll see 4 compartments holding these snap traps. This will keep your quail from getting caught in the traps. Also, the mice love going inside. They feel safe. They try to get the food behind the trap. I put sunflower seeds there, and they step on these wide petals. I like these snap traps with the wide yellow petals. And when they step on it, they're perfectly lined up with their head and their body. They'll trip it and get caught. And I found that mice are not scared. Once you catch one dead mouse, they'll climb over it to get to the food. You can catch up to 4. It's really important you have more than one trap and that it's lined up with these safety panels on either side. This system works so well. Even if you don't have a mouse problem, I'd keep them set and get any new mice that come along. That way it doesn't become a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and set these up with motion cameras again and see if the mice inside the quail coop will go in our box and get caught. Well, that worked so well. As I checked the box this morning, I lifted the lid and I see we caught 4 mice. The mice feel safe entering the box, but as they turn, they hit the snap traps and they get caught. If you keep birds inside a coop, all the extra food's gonna attract mice and rats, and that can quickly become a huge problem, especially rats. Rats will even kill the birds like quail and eat the eggs, so setting a larger version of this for rats is a great solution. And if you want to deal with the mice, even if you don't have a big mouse problem, keeping it set up is completely safe around the birds and will get the mice as soon as they enter. That way the population doesn't grow. If you want to see more videos about raising quail, leave a comment down below. I can show you the whole process of ordering eggs online, hatching them out, seeing them grow up, building coops, and more. Currently I'm raising over 100 quail. It's a fun hobby, but also there's quite a few challenges, including dealing with pests like skunks and mice. If you haven't subscribed, please consider clicking that button. I've posted over 1,000 videos on YouTube, and currently I'm posting new videos every Monday and Friday. So if you want to see the best videos on how to catch mice, rats, squirrels, chipmunks, moles, voles, and gophers, and sometimes skunks, stay tuned. And if you want to see more videos on catching skunks, check out this video, and how to build these boxes and catching rats, check out this video. Thanks for watching.